How is Ted just working his way through this neighborhood? Is he just conquesting married women?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
If we know anything about cul-de-sacs, everyone
There's a
sleeps
reason
with
why
each
it's
other.
called sack.
He's
Cul-de-sac.
sacking this
Cock-de-sac.
Yeah.
He
It's a
Ted's
cock-de-sac.
cock-de-sacking this cul-de-sac.
Yeah, Ted.
Cuckold sacking.
Yeah. Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
Well, hello there. Welcome to The Confused Breakfast. Do you remember the pure joy of a trip to the video rental store as a kid?
Yeah.
It's hard to beat the ease of the modern era streaming platforms where you don't even have to get off your couch, but there was something truly special about heading to Blockbuster, picking out a movie by hand, and having the checkout clerk call you his #1 customer. On this podcast, we revisit and dissect some of our favorite childhood movies from that magical era to see if they still move us the way they did as kids. I'm your host, Mike Schulte. Joining me, as always, two dudes who are often referred to as con men, thieves, degenerates, lowlifes, thugs, and criminals. Sean Pryor, AJ Vance, how the heck are you?
I've been called all those things. But I still make it through the day.
I still spread Christmas joy.
I'm here to spread the Christmas joy. We do it for the kids,
Honestly.
honestly. I think
Christmas cheer for all to
we do
hear
it-
kind of a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we do it for the kids. It's not for anything else. But hey, if we can make a couple of coins along the way, what's wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with that to me.
What's wrong with that?
Well, my boys, on today's episode, we discuss a Christmas classic from the 90s that spawned one of the most unwatchable sequels of all time. A movie voted on directly by our Patreon members that won 55% of the vote over
wow.
The Holiday, The Family Man, Jack Frost, and Trading Places. We're, of course, talking about 1996's Jingle All the Way.
Merry
Well,
Christmas.
damn. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another nostalgic journey to the past with The Confused Breakfast.
You'll get there.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy wherever you are in the world. Take it away, boys.
Well, thank you for joining us. If you are new to this podcast, you're enjoying your holiday season, you want more, we're going to be reviewing Jingle All the Way scene by scene with a modern eye. But first, we talk about it nostalgically. What does it do for us when we think about it from our first watching, our first viewing? AJ, this was your group of movies you gave our Patreon members to vote on. Tell us about Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way. Here's the synopsis, guys. Jingle All the Way is quite a tumultuous story about an action star. No. Jingle All the Way, when I was a kid and we saw Jingle All the Way, I loved it for all the reasons that a kid loves a Christmas movie. Not for the reasons that I would love this movie now, like, you know, why you might enjoy this now. You just love it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's
Schwartz.
your Schwartz. It's the Schwartz. And then he's your favorite action star playing in a family comedy, and he's got to he's just going through every slapstick comedy trope on the planet. How is that not? And then it's all frosted with Christmas. How do you not love this as a kid? You know. And then Turbo Man. If you were the right age, you asked your parents for Turbo Man because of this movie, even though it wasn't a real thing. So, I loved this movie when I was a kid. I thought it was fantastic. I will go ahead and give this movie an 8.35.
8.35. Sean, what about you, man?
This was a staple in the Pryor family house. I watched it all the time during the Christmas season. Arnold Schwarzenegger, huge fan. We'll watch him do anything. Terminator 2 was my favorite movie of all time back then. I wanted every toy that he was a part of, you know. Yeah, I love the Christmas aspect, and as we'll get into, I love basing a whole movie off of the craze of trying to get a toy for your son or daughter on Christmas. Cool stuff. I will give it a 7.7.
7.7. Well, you're nuts. If you listened to our episode 2 weeks ago and you heard me say that I had not seen Last Action Hero, you're crazy if you think that I've seen this movie. Because I mean, like, dude, I'm 14 years old when this movie comes out.
Fuck this.
Like, I don't want Arnold in my life. I don't want a kid's Christmas movie about a toy in my life.
Yeah.
I avoided this, and I don't think I ever even thought twice to watch this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've got all my other Christmas movies. I've never said I need to watch this one. I need to add it to my list. So I'm a big old NA. This is my first time watching it. We got to talk to our executive producer. We got Josh Miller on the show today.
Yeah.
He says, is this the world's greatest, most fantastic Christmas movie? This was aptly said semi-regularly from Arnold himself on Late Night with Conan O'Brien. Looking back, it very well could be. I do recall seeing this in the theaters, was dating the same girl that I saw basketball with, and apparently still hadn't learned my lesson. Guess what? Big surprise, she hated this one too. We probably should have broken up sooner over her awful taste in movies. Joke's on me. Maybe my taste in movies was the problem. Arnold, Sinbad. How and why was Sinbad a thing? Jake Lloyd before he almost ruined a franchise. Phantom Menace was awful. Yeah, I said it. And Phil Hartman. Boy, do I miss Hartman. Sure seemed like it was destined to be a lifelong holiday hit. Do you guys remember Tickle Me Elmo? Is it a wild coincidence that there was a massive demand for Tickle Me Elmos and this movie was about the massive demand for Turbo Man? I mean, it certainly is a coincidence as this was filmed months before the release of Elmo. I somehow managed to get the mentioned girlfriend one, but I should have resold it. Hundreds of dollars in 96 was worth millions today, right? How much would it be, AJ?
How much did he say?
$100 in 96?
In 96?
A million?
Yeah, that's actually, it's about 1.23 million. Yeah,
Cool,
he's
nice.
pretty darn close.
Idiot, Josh.
Wow, dude, you've messed up.
To be honest, I don't think I even actually liked this movie that much when I first saw it. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I don't think at the time that I liked the comedic Schwarzenegger, except for Twins. I was still much more in favor of the action version. Nostalgic score, 6.2, the same height as Arnold. So that nostalgically is a 7.42. And that's really not too bad. You look at our nostalgic scores, that's going to fall in right alone at number 51 on the list, right below Ernest Scared Stupid, right above Uncle Buck.
Okay.
Is how we feel nostalgically about this movie.
Okay.
All right,
But,
get it.
like we said, doesn't matter all in the slightest because we're going to move on and we're going to talk about it modern day. So first we got to get Sean on all the important details of the movie. Sean, what do you got, man?
Produced by Jonathan Bernathan, Mark Radcliffe, and Chris Columbus. Written by Randy Cornfield with a K. Pretty fucking awesome.
Lit, dude.
Music by David Newman. Cinematography by Victor Kemper. He also did Dog Day Afternoon, Slapshot, The Jerk, Mr. Mom, and Clue.
Hey,
Wowza.
Come on now. Directed by Brian Levent. He also did Problem Child 2, The Flintstones movie, Are We There Yet with Ice Cube, and The Spy Next Door.
Cool.
Good
eclectic.
stuff. Cast: Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sinbad, Phil Hartman, Rita Wilson, Robert Conrad, Martin Mull, Jim Belushi, Jake Lloyd, Danny Woodburn, Vern Troyer, and Curtis Armstrong. Inspired by the craze of parents having to do crazy things just to get their kids toys like Power Rangers or Cabbage Patch Kids at the time, Randy Cornfield got to writing a script based off of this idea. Chris Columbus was on board and did a rewrite of the script, having had similar things happen to him while trying to get a Buzz Lightyear doll for a family member. 20th Century Fox was interested in the script, and they bought it. Brian Levant was hired as a director after meeting Chris Columbus. Levant said he was attracted to the father and son aspect and wanted to enhance more of that angle. Arnold was cast almost right away after the remake of Planet of the Apes was put on hold and after $29 million was set aside for Schwarzenegger's salary. He was named the lead in the movie. Originally, the producers wanted Joe Pesci for the role of Myron, but felt that the height difference between Schwarzenegger and Pesci would be too difficult for setups, so upon suggestion by Arnold's agent, Sinbad was cast. Even though he's done movies with, he did like 2 or 3 movies with Danny DeVito.
Yeah, I mean, that's the idea behind Twins.
That was the ploy, you know.
Look at this.
Oh, it's funny because they're different, you know.
I guess it wasn't really the case here, but I don't know. I guess it would have worked for me.
I would have loved Joe Pesci in this.
Yeah. The film shot primarily in Minnesota with such locations as the Mall of America and the surrounding areas of the Twin Cities. Some of the film was shot at the Universal Studios, in specific, the parade scene at the climax. The film premiered at the Mall of America on November 16th, 1996, and then had a wide release on November 22nd. On a budget of $75 million, Jingle All the Way made $129.8 million at the box office and spawned one sequel starring Larry the Cable Guy.
Like 20 years later, too, or
no.
something like that.
If you want us to watch and review that, just let us know because I am excited.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thanks, Sean. Up next, we got to talk to AJ. He does the research. He gets us all the critical ratings from fans, critics, their critical thoughts, and fanatical fans. And what do you got, man?
It's not turbo time. It's tomato time with the tomato meter. Gross. You got it, baby. Yeah, that's actually pretty accurate too. This is a 20% splat.
Ooh, my
on
boys.
The tomato critic.
That is so low. When you're talking about all the movies we've done, that is slightly better than Cobra.
Fucking unreal, dude.
Slightly
Man,
worse than the Mighty Ducks.
People need to watch Cobra over again.
Cobra's so good.
Thank you, Craig.
It's so good.
Well, this movie's good too.
Apparently, this one's better. So
Don't worry, I got your back. Remember, this is slightly better than Cobra per the critics.
I do remember that.
See that?
Okay, remember.
All right. 39% audiences, but a 5.7 on IMDb.
Which is 5th from the bottom of any movie we've done. But guess what is 6th from the bottom? Cobra.
Okay, cool.
So the fans
All right.
like Cobra
All right.
better.
All right.
Critics do not.
All right. There you go.
Goddamn right.
Should be noted, this is better per the fans than Three Ninjas.
Okay.
Okay, should note that.
No, it's noted.
Okay.
Consider it noted. Guys, let's get some the highest of the highs. Rajiv coming from the Chicago Sun-Times. I liked a lot of the movie, which is genial, and has a lot of energy, but I was sort of depressed by its relentlessly materialistic view of Christmas, and by the choice to go with action and mild violence over dialogue and plot.
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't like that?
Well, that was a 63. That was a 6.3 out of 10. Owen Gleiberman gave it a 58 at Entertainment Weekly. For all its garishness, though, the film is punchy and fast, and it has an engagingly preposterous cheeseball climax with Schwarzenegger in full Turbo Man regalia zooming through the skies like a consumer king rocketeer. Yes, that's exactly it.
That's a great way to put it.
I'll give you a 50. I'll give you a 50 out of 100. Here you go. Real views. This is James Berardinelli. There, you got it.
Nice.
Jingle All the Way is forgettable, and that more than anything else is why I recommend passing up this holiday offering.
50% though.
50%. It's 50% worth your time, but
Which you could view that as like there's a 1 in 2 chance that you will like this movie.
yeah.
Where he's just like,
Like you might not like it, but you might like it. So that's worthwhile.
I had to review this movie. I don't know. Check it out if you want. I don't really know what to tell you.
I actually didn't do my job. 50?
Yeah.
That's good. Does that sound like I did my job?
Yeah.
We'll pay you still. You're on our salary.
We don't care.
Guys, the most recent review I could find on this was literally yesterday. No, 2 days ago.
Okay.
Dark Lord Grievous VFS.
All right. Confused breakfast listeners. Which one of you?
Which one of you is out there? The people this is a 10 out of 10. This is the people leaving negative reviews clearly have no Christmas spirit or imagination. This movie wasn't meant to be perfect or realistic. It's a Christmas movie. Having grown up with it, I adore this movie. Obviously, it has some faults, weird things, and story-wise is goofy as fuck. But AF. But Christmas itself is a goofy religious holiday that ultimately means nothing. So I fail to see the problem. Arnold is great, good humor, and at the end of the day, it's about a dad trying to do good by his son. I think the ultimate message of the movie makes up for any small nitpicks. I will forever love this classic.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay,
See? This is a 9 out of 10. We're just going down the line here. 9 out of 10. Full of action, spontaneous scenes. Said Ronan. Yep. And not boring moments. This is for childs and adults with child minds. Question mark?
Childs.
I like happy emoji. I like could have more plot and film could be longer. But this movie, which makes for a good mood, has the best of the 90s comedy movies with Home Alone as a good pair with it. This kind of movie, they just don't know how to make anymore. Put away your smartphone while watching 90s best classics of the Hollywood comedies ever made.
That sounds like AI wrote that.
I think you did.
I like smiley face.
Turbo Man is absolutely funny and exciting movie, which is so underrated. We need more with this warm comedy style. Generally, how many great Christmas movies are there? This is one of them. So say hello to Santa Claus and reindeers. Turbo Man is here to blast your brains out.
What the fuck is going on?
Put away your smartphone.
In the 90s?
Yeah. When was that written?
No, it was pretty recently. But
Good Lord.
AI, write me a good review of Jingle All the Way.
But to be fair, AI, they probably forced AI to read everyone else's reviews.
Yeah.
And that's what everyone else sounds like.
I
just
forced
in a weird computer.
Keywords, smartphones,
I forced-
Santa Claus.
I forced
Reindeer.
Google AI to watch Jingle All the Way and then read all of the IMDb reviews of Jingle All the Way, and this is what it came up with.
Cool.
I have one more
Sounds
for
like
you
Ebert.
guys. Yeah, he does. He does just like Ebert. I think that it's a big influence on him.
AI Bert.
Nope.
Stop.
Nope.
AIBert.com. Hold on. Go ahead.
This is a 1 out of 10. Emblematic of our society's ills. December 21 of 2022. Warning, spoilers. This is PFFAW. Who wrote this? Warning, spoilers. A spoiled brat guilt trips his hardworking dad into practically killing himself to get the toy of the year. Hey, brat, your dad is working to give you a home and many comforts that most kids don't get. You're lucky to have a roof over your head and karate lessons.
Those are expensive.
Why is the dad knocking himself out to fulfill the petulant demands of an ungrateful child? All the time the dad spends trying to get the toy could have been spent actually fathering his brat of a child and teaching him gratitude and respect. And what does a worthless mother do all day? She clearly gets her hair done on a daily basis. Why isn't she parenting her child? Why didn't she try to help the dad? Disgusting. Shrill consumerism. Someone should write a thesis on how this film is the epitome of everything that's wrong with our country.
Didn't you? I think you just did.
I think you did.
You
I
did
think
it,
you
man.
covered it, man.
Yeah, it's just not going to meet the word requirement for your professor, but it's fine.
It gets the job done.
Yeah. So that's it.
Well, boys, don't you watch TV? You know it's all a ploy. We're being set up by powerful toy cartels. These fat cats use working class like me and you. They spend billions of dollars on TV advertisements, and then they use subliminal messages to suck your children's minds out. I know what I'm talking about. I went to junior college. I studied psychology. I know what's going on. Then they make a kid feel like garbage because you, the father who's working delivering mail to make an alimony payment to a woman that slept with everybody at the post office but me, when you get the toy, it breaks because it's cheap plastic. I'd like to walk in that office, grab him, and just choke him until his eye pops out. Here we go.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Well,
All right, so scene one. Jamie Langston watches his hero Turbo Man on TV before his mom Liz takes him to karate class. His dad Howard is a workaholic mattress salesman who misses Jamie's belt ceremony because he was working late and was pulled over while rushing home. When Howard gets home, Jamie's very upset with him. Howard promises to get Jamie a Turbo Man action figure from Christmas to cheer him up, but Liz tells them they're likely sold out.
Even as a kid watching this, and I was super into Power Rangers at the time and all of that stuff. I loved those kinds of toys. Even I thought Turbo Man was fucking lame, dude.
Right?
Yeah.
Especially if you got Power Rangers, like, because this is clearly a play on Power Rangers.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Power Rangers is way better than this, right?
Like, I like his sidekick better than I do Turbo Man. Turbo Man looks like nothing.
Yeah.
He's got a jetpack. That's what he does in little
is
discs.
that it? Goggles kind of thing?
Whatever.
Nobody wants Booster.
Booster's awesome.
Booster's fucking. By the way, have you ever thrown a boomerang?
Yeah, it's not that easy.
It's the worst.
And
it's not even possible. It doesn't work.
And half the time, it's just dangerous. Because
like-
you don't control that.
You can never get it to come back. And if you do,
Yeah.
it's coming back at like 100 miles an hour and it's sharp and it's spinning.
Right.
You're not going to catch it like they do in the movies
Yeah,
and the cartoons.
Right.
No, you don't catch that.
This
You're
is
not.
dumb.
You're not Crocodile Dundee. Okay. You're not.
You're not Batman, which is a better toy than
Yep.
Turbo Man. You know,
Yeah.
it's just that way.
Being a fan of I Think You Should Leave, as we all are, with Tim Robinson, I always loved the gag of, the toilet hole small enough for farts in season 1. And the two guys come over and they're jumping on his couch and they go, "It's turbo time." I just thought that was just from the mind of Tim Robinson. Of just, it's turbo time. And then I'm watching this going, oh my God, he got it
Did
from
he do
Jingle
it?
All the
Tim
Way.
Robinson watched Jingle All the Way.
Tim Robinson's like Jingle All the Way.
God.
It's turbo time.
I just like when it cuts to well, I do like that they kind of went all out on like the Turbo Man aspect of it, like the production of it, like they filmed all these like fake commercials and stuff for it, and actually built these.
They
toys.
made toys, right?
A lot of them, yeah. I'm sure they were pretty cheap and just made to be in boxes, you know.
Right.
But still, I like they went all out to make this sort of an immersive thing where you could believe that this would be a Power Rangers type level toy that people would love.
And that's the way like I said in the beginning, I felt like I wanted a Turbo Man.
Yeah.
You know, like I wanted that because I saw it and I was like, oh, it looks kind of cool.
Or did you want it because they're like, you have to have this?
Yeah, well,
Were you
maybe
falling-
I got brainwashed.
You did.
Got my brain sucked out as a kid.
We talked about in Scrooge how at the very beginning of Scrooge, we were like,
Yeah.
we want to watch this.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
want to watch these intro fake ones. Last Action Hero, we want to watch this fake movie actually that they're made. This is not, Turbo Man is not something I want to watch.
It's not your thing. Well,
It doesn't, and I don't know if they were trying to make you be like, dude, this would be really great if this was real, right? Like,
are you saying as a
hopefully-
kid or right now?
Probably both.
Probably
Because I
both.
didn't see it as a
Yeah, I
kid,
know.
but I don't think that would have made me be like, yeah. I hope they like. Do you think they were hoping this was going to be such a big deal that actually Turbo Man became a thing?
Let's go through Turbo Man's backstory.
Okay.
And how he met Booster and everything. So Turbo Man was like, let's just say like a lawyer or something like that. Like he was a lawyer and he kind of saw these criminals kind of get away with shit, you know. And then
The justice system was failing him.
justice system was failing him. Like he's trying to prosecute all these bad criminals and just couldn't do it. And then he has a brother who is a inventor of things and he's got a jetpack.
Yeah.
And then something accidentally happens where Turbo Man guy, let's say his name is Dave. Falls onto the jetpack and it somehow like is permanently cinched to his back. Hence he becomes Turbo Man.
Right. And he goes to the doctor and they're like, we can't remove this because when we pull it out, it'll rip through your arteries. So like it now is you're gonna have to take this medicine because it'll be permanently in your body now.
And actually you're gonna have to drink pure urethane and
Urine.
Urine.
You're gonna have to drink urine your entire life to fuel the jetpack
Right.
for the rest of your life.
But
And
don't worry because then you just also urinate and it goes as fuel into the jetpack. So it's just this constant.
You don't have to
flow.
fill it up.
it's
Yeah.
filtration system kind of thing.
The Turbo Man outfit comes with a catheter built in.
Yeah, see, this isn't doing it for me.
And then how he meets Buster is that what's it, Buster?
Booger, I don't know. Booster.
Booster.
Yeah.
How he meets Booster is that was his dog.
His actual dog, his golden retriever.
And he got some sort of
Saber-tooth tiger serum.
yeah, he got bit by a saber-tooth tiger
Yep.
and became one.
the things got stuck in him. So like we got to leave it.
yeah.
Oh no, he's got poison.
This is not doing it for me.
Okay.
I
That's why he
really
wears shiny underwear too.
I really appreciate you going there, but it's just like I don't think it's salvageable.
Okay.
Because there's way better things to watch.
There's not much that's salvageable about Turbo Man. And you know why? It's because it was modeled after like Power Rangers and just being like, oh yeah, we're Well, let's just like have little explosions and colorful characters.
Yeah.
And then there you go, kids.
Yeah.
And like at this point, Jamie's enthralled with this enough, sitting in this house watching this.
On his belly, his
Yes.
his knuckles under his chin.
After he audibly cheers.
yeah,
Yeah, because this is how I watch TV.
legs up behind him, crossed.
Yeah.
Yep.
The most uncomfortable way to watch a TV that's up there.
Yeah.
They didn't mount TVs back then, dude. They were on the ground.
Yeah, they were on the ground in their like entertainment center. That's when like an entertainment center
Yep.
was like as important as having a buffet.
Yes. Oh yeah, you
There's
spent
you
a lot
know-
of money on that.
Oh yeah,
And it would
You got
never
the
be
matching
bigger than
set.
about 40 inches because like TVs will never be bigger than this.
They'll
It
never.
needs to be deep, but it'll
Right.
never be wider than 42 inches.
Exactly.
What do we know?
He's dipping his fruit by the foot into his chocolate snack packs.
Yeah.
Probably that's what I
Yeah,
did. That's what
dude.
I
Well,
did.
that's the luxurious life this freaking kid has.
Kind of does, right?
And I'm
my
just
dad
saying-
misses everything. It's almost like he works too hard and needs to realize the value of family time through the joy of Christmas. It told me everything I needed to know right there.
But like, why? I was talking to my wife watching this. She had never seen this either. Why the fuck is every single Christmas movie about a dad who doesn't spend enough time at home with
I
his
know.
kids? This is the Santa Claus.
Yeah.
They wanted Tim Allen to be this role.
That's true.
It's like this whole intro is the Santa Claus.
Yeah.
It is.
This ungrateful shithead kid.
Yep.
Dad working hard, trying to bond with his kid. His kid doesn't care. Wife's fucking nagging him. Like,
And all he can do is try to buy his affections for another like month and a half before he
literally
throws
it.
away that toy because he broke it.
ugh. But hey, I didn't.
Where's the movie about the mom who spends too much time working? Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, where's that?
Where's Mrs. Mom? Let's finally get it.
Equal opportunities.
Yeah, I did also have a quest, with all the Christmas movies, like you got Hallmark.
Oh yeah.
You just got unlimited Christmas movies that I'll never watch. That I'm like, it made me think, how many movies have the word jingle in them? Any guesses?
17,000.
Any guesses?
250.
Okay, so
187.
I counted 28
Oh, okay.
before I gave up. It kept going, and I wasn't even including like music videos or shorts. These are TV movies or movie movies. 28 of them.
Oh, God.
Some of the great ones were Jingle Bell Bride, Jingle Bell Princess, Single and Ready to Jingle, Jingle Hell, and Jingle Smells. Those were some of my favorites.
Single and Ready to Jingle is definitely a porn.
No. No. You know the story of that. You already know what happens there.
I typed
She goes
in-
back to her hometown
Yeah.
to be with her dad who just had a stroke and runs into her old boyfriend, but old boyfriend's married. And she's like, but I love him. And you
Big
already
city
know it.
girl comes
Oh,
back
wow.
to small city and
And I'm single.
yeah.
She comes on back needing to get away, and then she happens to run into her high school sweetheart ex-boyfriend who runs an apple pie farm.
Wears a lot of scarves.
And and wears like too many scarves even around his ankles.
She's a butterfly farmer in California that
yeah.
moves
5
back
o'clock
home.
shadow that's
Yeah.
and on any other man would look extremely despicable, but
Right.
this man it's glowing and like he's a horse almost.
Yeah, and that man looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger basically from the neck down.
Somebody out there, please watch Single and Ready to Jingle and let us know how close we were.
Yeah.
Well, I was typing in this movie to research it, and the first thing that came up for me was Jingle All the Way.
Seriously.
Is that also?
I think it's like a
looking
stage
it up.
production thing of like burlesque and stuff like that.
Oh,
in that
cool.
era.
It is.
Okay.
It's
So it
not
was
an
like-
actual movie.
No, I mean, I guess I looked at it and it looked cool.
I mean,
I think that sounds better to me than Single and Ready to Jingle. I'd rather watch Jingle All the Way.
I'm ready to get my bells jingled. That's the tagline of Single and Ready to Jingle.
Get my bells jingled.
It's like Sophia can't wait to get her bells jingled on Oxygen Channel.
God damn it.
I do think that the "You're my number one customer" bit is pretty funny. Like they set it up and it pays off with he chats with his wife and he's like, "You're my number one customer." It's kind of fun.
Like, I do really like this. Do you think what let me ask you about this, because you brought up him going through this his own rehearsed like little thing that he does as this guy. How do you feel about Arnold's delivery in some of this stuff?
I think he's trying like he got paid $29 million.
Oh, like remember again, Last Action Hero. It might be my favorite Arnold role ever. Like he might have just completely been, that could be his best he's ever been. And then we go to this, and I'm just like, this might be the worst he's ever been.
There are some moments where I really, really buy into his like kind of kookiness. There are other times in this movie, like kind of like this. Oh, no problem. This 10, not a problem. And we'll make sure that the overnight ship. And it's like he's going through the motions.
He's never actually understood what like a salesman has
what
to
a salesman
do.
actually has to do.
Talking, he's like, I got it.
Because if this was an actual sales job on Christmas, like
they're having a Christmas party, by the way,
and it's Christmas Eve is essentially what this is. It has to be, because the next day is Christmas Eve.
Yes.
So it's Christmas Eve, and he's sitting there, and what would actually be happening in the sales world is on Christmas Eve, the day before Christmas Eve, he's taking phone calls like, "No, I'm sorry, I'm sorry that they didn't work out." Well, I mean, if somebody peed on him, I mean, that's something after. No, I totally understand. You don't want to pay for them now. Well, they're already delivered. No, that's okay. We'll do that. Yep. Okay, American.
Yeah, it's not all positive.
It's like
sales.
no. It's like, oh God.
God.
Okay.
Bill's calling.
And now it's like, oh my God, I don't want to answer that fucking phone.
Yes.
That's what this
That's
actually would have been
correct.
the day before Christmas Eve.
I do get you, because a lot of his like scenes when he's like on his own and like even talking with Sinbad, or like talking with anybody else except his family, I do kind of like. All the family aspect of it is really cheesy.
It's a little cringe.
Really cheesy and cringe. Yeah.
Like when he's, I mean, it is still kind of funny, but it's also cringe when he's being like, "Oh wow, this is really cool. Do you wear it like this?
Really cool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, oh." It's like, I can't decide if I like that or not. I don't know.
Would anybody mind? I think if there's somebody out there, all I need and all I want for Christmas is that as a ringtone.
Just him doing.
This is really cool.
Oh,
Is it going like this? Oh. I just need that Arnold Schwarzenegger bit.
I met Jackie Chan once.
That's
what basically.
son of a bit. It's like, is this the point where it's just like, well, that's kind of racist there, Arnie.
yeah.
Yep.
But like, it's very funny, but it is also very cringe. You know what the saving grace, and this is the reason why you need to have some comedic giants in a movie like this if you're going to cast Arnold Schwarzenegger. Between him, any conversation between him and Phil Hartman.
Yep.
Phil Hartman might be the best part of this movie.
I think
guys.
you're right.
He's the best actor in the movie, that's for sure.
Certainly. And I just think that, and he was originally supposed to be Myron, I think.
I would have
Yes.
loved that. I would have loved
I
that
almost
way
kind of
better.
would have preferred that. Yeah.
They said like when they started doing like line reads and stuff, like things weren't quite clicking. And then he basically read some of these lines for Ted, and it was just like, oh my God, it's so on point. It's so perfect that you need to be Ted. And then they ended up casting Sinbad, like you said. But man, Phil Hartman. Oh my God, your wife's cookies. Him taking it to that next level is what gives like forgiveness to Arnold's like portrayal. Yeah.
Did you hear? Apparently, I do not know if this is real or not. I heard someone else talking about this, that apparently they saw an interview where Phil Hartman wanted to know what the backstory of what is his name? Ted. He wanted to know, like, he wanted to get in the character, like, well, why is he single? Like, what happened? What does he do for a job? And they're like, we don't know. So he made it up himself. He said apparently like he was like injured on the job and got like a big settlement, which is why he doesn't really work. Yeah. He stays home. And he just like came up with all this stupid shit of like, he inherited this business from his dad, but then he got injured and he got a settlement and he had to sell it. And now he's at home and life's way better for him now that he used to be the guy that was always at work and his kid hated him. And then he got a divorce and now he's this cool guy.
Yeah.
And like Phil Hartman was an absolute genius. And unfortunately, this was his last theatrical film release before his bitch piece of shit wife shot and killed him while he slept. Like it just sucks, man.
Yeah.
Like it sucks.
I mean,
losing a talent like that.
It really does. That whole backstory thing. You didn't need to do that for Jingle All the Way.
Exactly.
Come
man.
on, like he went above and beyond for this, and I think he did with anything that he was ever in.
I love his performance in this so much, and it happens the moment he sets foot on screen on his roof, nonetheless. And he just says, or not. Well, I guess that's after he gets home. But when he's there and he's filming it. And it's just like
when he's in the karate class.
Yeah,
too.
he's in the karate class, filming the karate class and stuff, and you're just like, God, you're the worst, man.
Yes.
Like you do this so well, Phil Hartman.
Don't worry, I got it on video camera for you.
Hey, sorry about missing that.
He's actually doing a good work.
Honestly, yeah,
he is, and it's like he's just and like him just constantly being like bombarded by the other women of this neighborhood. It's like, oh, I baked you some cookies. Thank you so much for coming on over. It's like, hey. And he's just like, well, we are supposed to get snow tonight, but if you want another 4 to 6 inches early, give me a call. It's just like, that's a line he would say.
up.
It's like, God, I hate you, Ted.
I have to bring it up because in his karate class, which is it's always karate in movies.
It's always karate.
It was the 90s.
Yeah. I mean, my mom is like a 6th degree black belt or something like that, so I know like
I could take her.
in Taekwondo. But
karate.
I've never seen anything or any belt ceremonies be like you have to break this balsa wood box in order to get it. It's asinine. It pissed me off.
It's pretty stupid. It's pretty stupid.
Like, where do you get those? Why do you have them? How about you just give them the fucking belt?
Well, and they even like the fact that he like how many different belts has he like won already?
Jeez,
too,
just
that-
give him the trophy.
Oh shit!
It's like we already went through the whole thing. Like we really need this. Your balsa wood box that somebody went to the trouble of making, and you're just having to break them on open. Like that's just not cool.
I do want to consult the Jarrett Layoff Confused Breakfast actor database here. I think it's pretty obvious who the number one is.
Arnie?
It's Arnie. Do you know how many that puts him up to?
6?
That's 6.
Wow.
So Arnie's officially kind of on the heels at this point of, I'll tell you our current one right now. We've got John Candy at 8, Buscemi Ducommun at 7. And now we've got Keanu, Sven-Ole Thorsen, Mary Ellen Trainor, Dan Aykroyd, and Arnold all at 6.
Wow.
So one of them has to pop up to kind of officially round out at least a top 4 for now.
Okay.
How about this? How about who got there first?
Oh, we'll have to figure that
We
out.
could figure that part out
I think
and
it's
have our
Keanu.
Rushmore.
I think it's Keanu.
Yeah, I think you're right. And then we've got kind of our Rushmore, and now we're waiting for that next one to step up.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, that it is calling a question for me. I've been thinking about this a lot because I do really like this Rushmore idea that once people get up to that level of they're on the Rushmore, do they kick someone off?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's only
Okay.
4.
Yeah, there's only 4 spots.
Okay.
But then they can also come back up again. You know,
Sure.
even if they get kicked out, they can go back up again.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Craig, we need a Rushmore of Ducommun, Rick Moranis,
No, it's
or John Candy,
Candy, Buscemi, Ducommun, and then a question mark.
and then question mark probably Keanu. Perfect. All right,
Well, I mean,
get to work on that, babe.
Christmas with the Cranks is coming up.
It's coming up.
That's got name the Sixers.
Mary Ellen Trent, Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd.
Oh shit! But does that count?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay. Okay. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
all right.
Two other I do want to point out though.
Yeah.
Martin Mull. This is his 3rd appearance
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
so far, and believe it or not, I did not remember this, but Phil Hartman's 2nd. Do you remember what his first was? I thought this was our first Phil Hartman. Kind of a trick question. He was in Spaceballs. He was the voice of the Dinks.
Oh
Ding,
yeah,
ding,
yeah,
ding,
yeah. I remember talking about that.
Yeah, which is weird. I'm like, Phil Hartman?
He's the fucking voice of the Dinks.
Yeah.
Dude, Phil
Bit of a trick.
Hartman. Oh God, I love you. Oh,
Well, I just want to say too, like Arnold was on his way to the karate meet.
Yeah.
And
Is it a meat?
like he was probably gonna make it
big meat.
if he didn't get pulled over. Is like just explain to your son like sometimes cops are fucking assholes. Not all cops.
No,
Yeah.
not because I was doing something wrong.
Right.
No,
He,
it was
just,
not my
he
fault.
decided to be an asshole that night, which whatever, I'm not saying. But I'm sorry, Jamie. I was gonna be there, but I got pulled over by the law.
No, I disagree.
You
This
fucking
is
inconsiderate
Arnold. Why don't
bastard.
you leave work on time?
Yeah.
True.
It really is.
All of us are following the rules and staying in our lane here.
Here's quite literally.
We're staying here because
everyone else-
we know that that's for emergencies.
Yep.
Oh, you can do that.
Oh.
Oh, but I'm late for karate.
Even if that was a carpool lane, he's breaking the law.
Yes.
Okay.
Just saying, man.
Like, yeah, you're right. Everyone else is staying in their lane. Maybe he should too. So, you know what? There's really not much excuse other than the fact that his secretary even came in and said, I told you to leave 2 hours ago.
Yep.
That's it.
And then he gets up to Jamie's room and Jamie's pouting and fucking pouting and
Dude can't even decorate his room well.
right. Arnold's just like, hey, can I make it up to you, Jamie? God, is there any way I can buy my way out of being your dad? Please.
Is there any way I can buy myself out of just the normal responsibility of just being a good
Just
parent?
showing up.
Of just being there. I
Can I
mean,
ju-
your mom fucking sucks, so here I am. What can I do?
Jamie, if I just gave you some money out of my wallet, would that make things
How
better?
about a nice Andrew Jackson? That's pretty crisp.
Oh, don't forget about Ulysses S. Grant.
Do you buy the relationship of Liz and Arnie? What's his name? Jamie. Jamie and Liz. Like, do we buy this? Like, is there any chemistry
Wait,
here at all?
wait. The son or the
No, the
Howard
husband and wife.
Howard and
Sorry, Howard and Liz.
I
Yeah.
thought that was his actual wife. She
No,
looks just like.
it does look just like her though. Who that is? Someone's wife though.
Is it Kevin Costner?
No, hold on a second.
Rita Wilson.
Rita Wilson.
Oh, Tom. It's Tom Hanks's wife.
Oh, duh.
That's Tom
Yeah,
Hanks'
that's
wife.
That's Tom Hanks's wife.
Man,
yeah.
that guy scored big.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Um,
You see her in when we will cover that thing you do.
I mean, just jugs.
It's out of this world.
And no, I think I do really like her performance. Doesn't mean I necessarily love her character.
Yeah.
But I think her performance in this is pretty dang solid.
It is. Yeah.
And I think the chemistry between them, unfortunately, you don't get much opportunity
You don't know much about their relationship.
to
at all.
really experience much chemistry between them.
They're very rarely on screen together.
Very much, yeah. Like they're only on screen like 2 to 3 times.
Yeah.
Like 3 times. Like once at the beginning when he's home, and then once at the end when
Yeah, that's and maybe a little bit when he comes home in the middle after his failed
Oh
trip.
yeah, that's right. So yeah, like 3 times.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, the chemistry, what would you attribute it to though? I think it's probably somewhat of like Arnold's performance, to be
Yeah,
honest.
true.
I hate to say that, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, and he's really not there for his son because he's like, I gotta go get to his wife. I gotta go get the DOLL because he thinks that Jamie
It's so
can't
stupid.
comprehend English like a dog.
Yeah.
What
Because
a
he
fucking asshole.
because he hasn't had spelling class up to this point. Like
He's
what the
focusing
fuck?
on karate. He's not doing his schoolwork.
Yeah, well, and that kid's got too much screen time anyways. He's watching TV
I
constantly.
want to ask you, Mike, especially because you hate the kid in Santa Claus. What do you think about?
This kid's better than
Really?
Dude, Charlie's the worst. There's no worse kid.
Any chance I can get Mike to go off?
Dude, I just watched Santa Claus again because it was my holiday viewing.
Oh, shit.
He sucks so bad. Hurry up, Mom, come back. I don't want to be with my really funny, cool dad who's trying really hard to do cool
Dad.
stuff. And then, of course, I got forced into watching like number 2 or something like that. I was like, you're even worse than this.
Somehow
Now that you're old.
You know what? I appreciate number 2 because thank God your dad's finally getting some. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Fuck yeah,
God
dude.
knows your dad needed it more than ever at this point. That dude's been shoveling toys and just walking around eating cookies and watching people sleep and breathing heavily. And then he finally gets like the opportunity to just let some pressure out.
Dude, if my dad would have taken me to Denny's on Christmas Eve, I'd be the happiest
I'd
kid
be
ever.
fucking stoked.
Grand slam,
regular,
dude.
Regular milk's fine.
Regular's fine. We're all out. It's like, oh,
Well,
how about you buck up, kid? You're about to get a grand slam. All right. It's like, we're having Brenner. Okay. Anyways, jingle all the
Jingle
way.
all the way. Scene 2. The next morning's Christmas Eve, and he leaves the house to go find one after a run-in with his neighbor Ted. He meets Myron outside of a toy store who's also looking for a Turbo Man. The first store doesn't have the toy. He continues his search in montage fashion and can't find the toy anywhere. I had a moment there where I was like, bro, it is Christmas Eve. What are you thinking? You're never going to get this. Because I was thinking with like a modern eye. Like it's never you have to order your gifts way ahead of time.
Oh, okay.
But you go back to this era, like toy stores. You could literally decide you're going to buy a toy, drive there, buy it, and take it home with you.
It's brick and mortar, man.
Brick and mortar,
that's
exactly.
all you had the option to do. And like, I was trying to find it. You guys tell me if you did, but I could not find it because one of the big things I heard was that some of the holiday craze was based on like the Tickle Me Elmo.
No, this was written before that.
Okay.
It was written before there was even such a thing as Tickle Me Elmo, but they said it was based on Cabbage Patch
Power
dolls.
Rangers and Cabbage Patch.
Okay.
Yeah, Cabbage Patch in the 80s, then Power Rangers, but then it just so happened that Tickle Me Elmo came out that Christmas.
Dude, the fact that I got some Power Ranger dolls then, or like action figures as a kid, now makes me like
Almost a little teary-eyed.
look, I need to apologize to my parents because I really wanted the Green Ranger and they got me red, probably because they knew that was my favorite color was red. But I really wanted the Green Ranger, and I was upset, and I apologize, Mom, Dad, Aunt Barbie.
Thanks for working your
I'm
butt off to
so
get me what
sorry
I wanted.
that I was not appreciative of getting the bad guy from Ninja Turtles 3 and not Michelangelo. I'm so sorry. Anyways, guys.
I'm sorry that I say fuck a lot.
Yeah.
I
was just gonna say like that. This is so. We see the videos almost every year. They always pop up on social media, right? Of the craze around like having to go and shop your way through the holidays. You don't get to do it on Amazon. You didn't get to do it on Amazon. You didn't get to like do the online sales and all that good stuff. Cyber Monday, whatever.
Set aside time to go.
You had
your
to
parents
do it.
would go shopping together. They'd spend a Saturday afternoon being like, we got a babysitter. We got to go to the mall.
Go. Yeah.
We got to
but
go buy these
you
things.
guys, I get what you're saying, but are these places open on Christmas Eve?
Yeah. I mean,
They are for limited hours.
oh yeah. This
There's
is like,
so many people out.
and dude, and actually what I don't understand, these weird little plot holes. So like they're all waiting outside this store like, let us in. They get in, but only Myron and Howard are there to find Turbo Man.
It seems like.
Everyone
like,
else
right?
was like banging down the door to get in. But what were they so excited to buy? Like, it
They were
wasn't
just
Turbo Man.
Also last
We
minute
need stuff.
shoppers.
We got to buy stuff.
And busy parents who just, have had a tough time getting the other thing that their kids want. Maybe.
Yeah, dude. I mean, think about if you're a business, you're a toy store in the 90s, you're 100% open on Christmas Eve.
And you're
Okay.
damn right you're going to sit and swing your keys
Yep.
like this. You know what? Punchable face.
Uh-oh.
If we were on a train to go punch a face, I'm on board.
That's what I'm talking about.
Line them up. Every single toy store employee, manager,
whole movie?
whatever, through the entire movie. Line them up. Yes, I'm talking about you, Chris Parnell.
Damn.
Line them up and wop. That's what you got to do.
I only want to punch one of them. And it's not Chris Parnell, because Chris Parnell's at least like pretty funny and
Yeah.
does it well. It's his little sidekick.
Yeah.
The guy
Yeah, he
next to
sucks.
Chris Parnell, he sucks.
Boy, he acts that role really well,
he does. He's got the way the camera kind of comes up on it, his teeth are huge. He's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I'm tired of him.
I want him out.
is
Of
a
Chris
piece of
Parnell, good jokes.
Love
I
him.
like you.
But hey, we even get to the like later on, the place that had got like
Yeah.
a late shipment.
The lottery
The
one.
guy speaking into
Yeah.
the speaky thing.
Oh, he
like,
gets it.
Hate
he needs
him.
to get it. And same with the Bucket Boys. Those
Ooh,
Bucket
the
Boys
Bucket
need to get their
Boys.
sideburns punched right off their faces. I'm telling you, they look like they should. They look like they should be a part of the band Oasis. It's not cool.
It's true.
Willa actually has a punchable face in this movie when she was watching it with me. The bowl cut girl who took the ball, her face, Willa was just like,
yeah.
Dude, does everyone hate that?
Oh my God, that's it.
This came up.
Oh no, yeah, we have to punch her.
In my rewatch of this,
I'm not gonna, but Willa's gonna.
No,
I'm not gonna as an adult.
Why
punch
is she the creepiest looking child I have ever seen in my life?
I know exactly what her school photo looks like.
Yeah, and she still looks like this. To this day.
They had a tough time distracting that child enough to at least look in the direction of the camera. That weird freaking mushroom tip haircut she's got is just the worst. And then she's still got the same fucking overalls on because mom didn't bother to change anything.
Nope.
That's what her school picture looks like.
It's her maniacal smile when she knows what she's doing.
It's this. It's the.
It's my ball.
I'm gonna put it in my mouth.
Dude.
Yeah, sorry. That was Willa.
Wow.
She pointed that out.
Yeah.
She's
No,
like,
good job, Willa, because I'm punching her in the face and I'm sending that ball, whatever,
Wow.
straight down her throat.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
she's dying from it.
Just
man.
throat strike.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
Done.
This got weird.
Well,
happy holidays, everybody.
that kid's got a weird future ahead of her, okay?
Okay, so
Foreshadowing.
what was Arnie expecting? What's his damn name? In this
Howard,
movie?
Howard, yeah.
What was
We'll get
Howard
there.
expecting? Chasing down this lady who got the last Turbo Man doll. Was he just gonna bargain with her? She
I think
bought
he
it
was.
for a reason.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Very much Christmas with the Cranks moment, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe,
definitely.
you know, we'll get there.
I can't wait.
I'm saying, guys, I think that Howard is at the end of his rope. He is willing to do just about anything. He's got a wad of cash in his pocket.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to take whatever it takes to make sure that he doesn't, fall into the trap that he set himself up for.
Sure.
He already told his wife. He's lied to his wife, said, I got it 2 weeks ago.
Oof.
He's lied to his son that I'm going to get it.
And he doesn't realize that he's not going to get this until now.
Correct.
He thinks he's just going to go to the store and get it.
Yeah.
And everybody starts making fun of him. And it's awesome.
Whoa, talk about a late Christmas shopping, huh? I got one for Johnny weeks ago. It's nestled safely under our tree.
Under our tree.
Under our tree.
Under our tree.
Oh, must be something he doesn't like about you. Some peaceful creatures. Must be your aftershave.
Dude, did you catch that
Lake
part where
Minnetonka.
he's talking about where I've been studying a family of deer down by
I've been studying a family of deer down by Lake Minnetonka.
And that goes to his backstory. He doesn't work.
Yeah.
He literally just has time to just do shit for his kid and study family of
He's
deer.
going
if
to
nature's
send.
kind, they'll take him in.
He's going to send Liz up to shower because she's working too hard. He's like, oh, Mom of the Year? Oh, I don't know. And modest, too.
And modest, too. Sugar cookies, I know. Bake on 400 degrees, 12 to 13 minutes. I got it. Okay.
God, he's so good.
He is
Let's just talk more
amazing.
about him. Let's just do all Ted
I
scenes.
just always
Burns
like
his
talking
finger
about-
on one of the cookies. He says, shut up in there.
Pipe down in there. He's like, well, I had some extra lights in the garage, and I figured, what the heck? Why not spread some Christmas cheer?
Holy shit, guys. By the way, as a man who does put up Christmas lights in my house, if my neighbor did it for me, I'd be like, you're my best friend.
Thanks, dude.
Look,
You're my best friend.
I learned this thing in Hawaii, and it's this, and this is how they wave, and you say mahalo. And I'd be doing that to Ted this entire movie.
I'd be like, Ted.
Hey, Ted, mahalo. Hey, thanks for
You
filming
rule,
that so we can watch it back and then putting up Christmas lights for me and then bringing entertainment to the entire neighborhood so that way I can go out and do my late Christmas shopping that I should have done 3
Thank
weeks
you,
ago.
man.
AJ,
Thanks,
you
man.
and I combined have gone through 9 knees.
Yeah.
And someone putting Christmas lights up at our house.
Yeah.
Mahalo, dude.
I
all
felt-
the goddamn day.
I fell off a ladder putting up Christmas lights, guys, okay? That's how I separated an ACL. Yes, put up my Christmas lights.
Oh, but I'm the one that puts the star on top.
I want to do it.
Shut up, Howard.
Well, I don't
Ted
see
is
it
your
here,
bitch.
is he?
Or you're Ted's bitch or
Ted's
whatever.
bitch
I
now.
don't even know.
You
Put
are
that
Ted's
cookie
bitch
down.
now.
One of the best lines.
Who told you could eat my cookies?
Put that cookie down. So good. God damn it.
Can we at least be...
Oh, you're crazy. Your wife's cookies are stuff.
What do we think about Sinbad? Because
dude,
this initial first rant of his in the line, I think is one of my favorites parts of the movie. Him going off.
You have to understand, like Sinbad, when it got to be like late 90s, early 2000s, Sinbad started receiving like kind of almost like a lot of hate. Like there was like a lot of like just like, oh, it's Sinbad, whatever. Okay. Sinbad is an improv genius.
Oh yeah, didn't he pretty much improv this whole thing?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think he improv just about every single major scene that he was in. He improv this, and then Arnold even got a chance to play off of him, which I think helped his performance at times, because Sinbad was able to do this role as well as he did, and he's got this, like we talked about, he's at the right height level. Right.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He looks
imposing.
He looks as big, and I think that's also an important thing. You need an imposing figure who's going to be going toe to toe with Arnold, right?
Equal-ish, yeah.
Yeah, and he plays that very well. And his comedy chops, I watched this 3 times, and I didn't catch all the amazing things he was saying until I turned the subtitles on on watch number 3, guys. It's brilliant. Like what you had said in your opening, like
talking about how he's paying alimony to a woman who sleeps with everyone but him. What?
I'm not saying only Sinbad, but Sinbad is one of the few people who could come in and pull this off.
Joe Pesci's not doing that. It's a different villain.
We would have had a different type of villain.
Yeah, it would have just been different.
Right. He would have been like
Leo been Home Alone
or Leo in Lethal Weapon.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, and that's how they dress up on belt, and then you charge it for the minute, and then they go with it, and that's what would have been. But this is a perfect casting to match up with Arnold.
He's always enjoyable. I agree. You know, his like what Date with the President, is he in that? Or one of those.
Yes.
He's like a Secret Service agent in one of those. I like that movie. I like him in that. He's just always fun to watch. I'm down. I love it.
I think he does a great job, and I really do think that he adds a lot to those moments. He adds a lot to those moments when he's on screen with Arnold.
Yep. The one question I have though is why is he a postman? The whole idea behind that just makes no sense to me. He should be working. He should. He's literally got all his stuff with him.
This dude is blowing it off.
Yeah.
You're right.
Can't he just be a guy that just shows up that's like, yeah, I'm here to get one too, man.
I think all it has to do is with his added animosity and almost like senileness of the holiday season.
Oh, you know what it is? It might be. I mean, I know that the ploy is like they're both looking for the Turbo Man, but it could just be he is out and about already.
Okay,
and so that's why he keeps seeing him wherever he goes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's a good point.
Yeah,
I think that's a great point. Like when he's taking his breaks, he's still driving his truck around. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I do think it just kind of adds to that, like the holiday shipping and traffic, like kind of adds to his craziness.
Yeah.
Think of a postman in the 90s. You've got to, especially in a city, you've got to deal with holiday traffic and additional hours of shipping, delivering presents and gifts and cards and all this.
Modern day version of this would be running into an Amazon guy, or something,
100%,
or UPS or whatever. Yeah,
you're right. Yep,
FedEx.
Or the caution people were just like, what do we do with this character? Okay, all right, what do we do? So we got this mailman hat. Let's just try that on. Oh yeah. That's
looks hilarious.
That's it right there.
You know what? I love the things.
Yep,
with the
it's kind of fun.
Ooh, I want it.
Here's a prop.
You want the hat?
I feel like I could wear that hat.
Oh man!
Every once in a while I go outside, I'm like, man, my head's cold. I feel like that type of a hat would look pretty cool.
Okay, booster costume.
Oh, the whole costume.
Yep.
You want Booger's costume?
Yeah, Booger.
Boogers.
Booger playing booster.
Booger playing booster.
I think I want the. I want the. First, I wanted the Spanish-speaking Turbo Man. Mm-hmm. I want. What is it called? It's the bottle of Old Frontiersman or whatever that they share in the diner.
That'd be pretty cool.
That whiskey bottle.
Whatever's in there.
Whatever that is.
Try it.
I think it's like it's like Old Frontiersman or something like that. I keep on saying Old Forester, but it's like I want that bottle and I want to put it right up there next to like a Cedar Ridge bottle.
Nice. Nice. Well, let's move on to scene 3. So Ted is trying to get close to Liz, which pisses Howard off, and he crashes into a cop's motorcycle. After this, he heads to the Mall of America, where he loses out on a lottery to get a Turbo Man, leading him to view a secret warehouse of counterfeit toy makers. Howard ends up in a brawl with the gang, barely escaping when the police raid their warehouse.
I do have to bring it back just a little bit with the creepy punchable face kid. There is the shot of like he drops the ball. Literally, and she's down here, and he's like going to the elevator. There's the shot of like the tracking shot of like her and her like little stroller thing, and he's on his way down, and it zooms in on his face. He's just like fucking staring at his target. Dude, it was a really good comedic shot. I loved it.
That's True Lies.
Yes,
that's True Lies all over again. I can't remember if True Lies was before or after this. It might have been after. It might have been 97, but I was this 96?
This is 96.
This True Lies.
I think it is after.
When he is going up
94, guys.
Oh, okay.
True Lies was 94?
94, yeah.
Wow. Okay, so it was definitely True Lies reminiscent because he's going up that elevator with the gun on the horse like
yep. yeah. I can't wait to do that movie.
That is amazing. Oh.
Have you ever been to the Mall of America?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
That was, I don't know, there's something nostalgic to me about that place because I went there in like 96.
Oh, wow.
95, 96. I think it's the only time I've ever been there, but it was we had just moved to Iowa, so my parents were just trying to find fun stuff for us to do.
Yeah.
So we like stayed in a hotel there, went on the roller coaster and the log ride. Like, I don't know, something, I haven't been there since, so I don't know if it's still cool or crazy, but I love, like when Mighty Ducks 2, they're skating through the mall. It's like, I like when Mall of America's in the movie for some reason.
It's cool. I like it.
I really think that I think it's going to be the final frontier of brick and mortar shopping in the country, if not the world.
Like
it's a landmark.
Shops in there, right?
Yeah, like there's still lots of shopping that goes on in there.
There might be a Blockbuster in there.
What's the statistic? Like if you spent like 10 seconds in every single store in the Mall of America, it'd still take you like 2 days to get through.
Wow.
It's something crazy or like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, or it's some reasonable amount of time to be able to pop into a store, look at something, and then leave.
Cool.
And if you spent that much time, it would still take you like 2 days to go through the entire Mall of America. I think it will be the final frontier of like shopping, and I think we'll probably start seeing more and more of the Mall of America popping up in movies. Even I'm going to call that right now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, it could be the only place anybody can turn to if they don't want to build a set for your mall setting in your movie, like Stranger Things or some shit, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
I like it. It was always cool. I went there a couple times, did the roller coasters and stuff.
Yep.
But it is like for the movie, it's the mecca of commerce.
You should have gone there first.
Yeah, no shit.
In reality,
Yeah, no kidding.
there's probably 7 toy stores inside of that.
Yeah,
Dude, you would have found it at found a Turbo Man at what's that electronics store? Like
Radio Shack.
You would have definitely had a like Radio Shack or Sharper Image or like something like
There's
that.
definitely a Toys R Us in there. There's probably a KB
KB Toys.
There's a
Definitely.
couple different toy stores.
Maybe he wanted to shop local, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And we want to remind you this holiday season to shop local.
Yes.
Please visit our merch store, confusedbreakfast.com. You can get some buttons and some shirts and some koozies. Thank you.
Thank you. No, that's really good.
It's really great.
That was really well done. I honestly think that like I have to think back to like Chris Parnell. I love seeing Chris Parnell in this
His
role.
first movie, by the way.
That's right. It's his first movie
Oh,
appearance.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like probably from like after or during
Saturday Night
SNL,
Live. Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And he does a very good job. But the idea of going to the Mall of America, I think, is a great option of him just having to run around freaking everywhere.
It's awesome.
Meeting Jim Belushi
Yeah.
as the Santa Claus.
I didn't know. It took me till he got to the warehouse for me to realize that was Jim Belushi.
Love him. I mean, like it's in certain aspects, especially of him like yelling or just the way that his certain cadences,
Yes.
you can totally see John in it.
God,
it's
yeah.
crazy sometimes. But I mean, on his own, Jim Belushi's great. I think he's hilarious in this.
I actually really do like Jim Belushi. I think he has such a distinctive voice and delivery, like you're talking about, that
He's just good at it.
it's just so good. It's like, you know what? I don't think I really want to do that.
It was one of my favorites of the the nighttime primetime.
Yep.
According to Jim, it was one of my favorites of those sitcoms.
Damn.
I like that show a lot.
Yeah. It's like, I don't. You know what? You're such a naughty boy this Christmas. I don't really feel like maybe I don't want to show you this. And you're just like, God, that is Jim Belushi all the way.
It is.
Jingle bells, Batman smells.
He should have said Robin laid an egg.
I
and
know.
then let him in.
And yeah, it should have been a back and forth, right?
Yes.
Like it should have been a call and response, but it wasn't.
You
but,
get a lot of other kind of cameos in this too, like Vern Troyer's
Dude.
here.
yeah. Okay.
Do you know this is his second movie we've done? Vern Troyer.
Is it really? Oh, Harry Potter.
Yes, I totally.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
know if we
nice.
mentioned that, but he was the goblin
was
at the
one of the
Wizarding
goblins.
Bank
That's right.
in Harry Potter. Like I don't know if we talked about that.
He
on the
was
episode.
one of them, not the main one.
He's the one who shows them to the vaults.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
or is that Warwick Davis?
Warwick Davis is the one at the desk.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Just differentiating.
Warwick Davis does like 3 or 4 characters
Right.
in that entire
Yeah.
show. But yeah.
And then you
Who
get
else?
Big Show.
Big Show.
Big
Fucking
Show.
So
The
cool to
giant.
see him
Paul
here.
Wright,
Yeah.
the giant. Yeah, it took me a second to be like when they have the Santa Claus stuff on, you're like,
I know, right?
who is that?
Deck your halls, bub. So good, dude. I will tell you right now, guys. I know it's bad, but it got me. And when he punches Vern Troyer off of him, no,
Yes.
I rewound it a couple of times.
Yep, that'll happen.
I'm sorry, guys. Like, but
Nothing
that
funnier than
joke,
that.
joke, it's the '90s.
They
okay?
put it in
Little
the movie.
buddy.
They put
What
it in
am I
the
supposed
movie.
to do?
Am I not supposed to laugh?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm laughing at the comedy bit they made.
Am I supposed to put a clip of it on X and call people to ban it and cancel it?
Correct. Like,
Am I supposed to do that?
God forbid, I just enjoy it in my own home, in the private comfort of my own home, and then bring it to a public worldwide podcast. Oh,
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's yep.
Yeah, and you get the cops show up, they fucking raid the place. Did he have to lie here? Did he have to pretend like he was a cop? Couldn't he have just been like, dude, I don't know what the hell was going on. Like these guys told me they had a doll. I came here.
it's true.
I don't know.
I feel like it was more of a commentary on like his other movie roles and like because as soon as he pulled out that badge, he was like in it.
Yeah.
Like I could see him.
He was
in,
kindergarten copping it.
exactly. Yeah, I could
I've
see
been
it.
working this case for the last 3 years, and you guys come in. This has got to be the worst. But like, he does a very good job, and
Yeah.
I actually really like that. And I do think it was a good play. Like he found the badge. I think it was a good out for
It worked,
it.
yeah.
It really worked to get him
To at least
out of
get
this,
him
right?
so he didn't have to spend time going to a police station and
Correct.
stuff like that. Like, I got to get moving.
We could have had the classic moment or cutaway to the bar slamming of him
Yeah.
sitting there with the
Yes.
Santas,
Yes.
right?
Exactly.
And then
I'm
after,
innocent.
he's like, "I'm not with these guys," and it slams, and then like it's like it. Then you see all the Santas like encroaching on him again.
Yeah.
It would have been super tropey, and then
Yep.
finally been like Howard Boy, you made bail.
Yeah.
That's what we would have been.
Cool.
It's like great.
And Myron was the
And
one that
Myron was the one
busted
who
the
bailed him
ball.
out.
Oh,
Yep,
wow,
yep.
cool.
Yeah. See, it's like we could have had that, but or even better. Actually, the only thing that would have salvaged that is that Ted was the one that bailed him out.
Oh, I want that.
Just to rub it in a little bit.
Yeah, just like,
don't worry, I
geez,
didn't tell
Howard.
Liz.
He brought a plate of Liz's cookies
Yeah.
with him. For
He's
him.
like, luckily I brought these cookies down to the station like I always do every year. So that
Our boys in blue.
they love me here.
you got to support the boys in blue, right? So we can have our red and green.
I want this movie. Why aren't we doing this? But I do kind of like the commentary. Not necessarily that it's true or not, but I have heard this quite a bit. The commentary of like how a divorce is actually like better for you as a parent.
It was crazy, this line.
Like, well, and if you think about it, like it does allow the people that you know that are divorced with kids, like they can just be that parent that just showers love and
Yeah.
gifts, and then bye for 3 days. You know, there's none of this like hardship at home and like, well, I thought you were gonna pick the kid up.
No.
You've been working late. It's been me at home all night. Like,
Yeah.
maybe your parents need to get divorced, and then your dad will spend more time with you. I was like,
Honestly, your parents should get divorced. It did wonders for my dad. Fucking
wow.
I lost
and
it.
like, he's not lying.
no,
He's not.
And it's
He's not
crazy
lying.
how he realizes that.
And how much,
already.
by the way, we also never see mom for Ted's family.
No.
No, Ted's divorced.
Yeah, little Johnny's mom's never in the picture. So
He's got full custody.
Yeah, he definitely does. There was no question about how they're going to spend Christmas or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he brought that reindeer in. just ready to be the talk of the town, the talk of the neighborhood. He was ready for it, guys. By the way, he's still just. How is Ted just working his way through this neighborhood? Is he just conquesting married women?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
If we know anything about cul-de-sacs, everyone
There's a
sleeps
reason
with
why
each
it's
other.
called sack.
He's
Cul-de-sac.
sacking this
Cock-de-sac.
cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
He
It's a cock-de-sac.
Ted's cock-de-sacking this cul-de-sac.
Yeah, Ted.
Cuckold sacking.
Yeah. Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
I want to
Did
give
we
you the
do-
belt,
No,
but I just
don't do it. No,
I don't want that.
no, don't do it.
Oh man.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Oh no.
Cuckold.
He just
sack.
I think he just sees Liz and Howard as like the ultimate conquest of
yes.
this. He's
Yeah.
like, Liz,
Lizzie.
do it, Lizzie.
Can't bench press your way out of this one.
Yeah, that's right. God damn it. Yeah, I just love that like back and forth with him, and he is just the talk of the town with this reindeer.
All right, so scene 4, Howard and Myron cross paths again at Mickey's Diner, leading them to a radio station that's running a Turbo Man competition. They're nearly arrested, but Myron bluffs the police into backing off by threatening them with a bomb. After his car is stripped by thieves, Howard returns home empty-handed and attempts to steal the Turbo Man doll from Ted's house and disappoints Liz. Liz goes to the parade with Ted and Jamie, where Ted makes a pass at her. Ugh. Did you catch this weird... Like implying that like being a postal worker is like the worst thing that could ever happen to your kid.
Going postal
Yeah.
is why they call it that.
Yeah, right. But like Howard views Myron talking about how his dad wasn't there and now he's a postman.
Yeah, he had no-
I couldn't succeed in life because my dad wasn't there. And then he views his son as a postman.
Yeah.
Like-
Here's to you, Dad.
You're like, that's actually a pretty noble profession.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's
Yeah.
it's a pretty nice profession with a lot of great benefits. I understand, and
Yeah,
I think
like
it's unionized. I mean,
Sounds great
it's
in the summertime. You're
Yeah.
walking around
great.
outside getting exercise.
Yeah.
I just want to go on the record and say if Willa becomes a post worker, I will be happy.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Just
See,
want to go on the record.
yeah, absolutely.
How are you gonna get your Christmas cards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots.
I think I'd like to believe that it's maybe just a reimagining that Jamie is becoming like Myron in this senile, like almost kind of crazy way. But you're right, there is some underlying tone there, and it kind of continues throughout this, especially as we get to like the radio station.
Yep.
But like you just get Sinbad again, just like peace. You know, it's just like they battled it out pretty heavily throughout this whole thing, and it's just kind of like for what, you know? I don't know. It's just to have this like reoccurring
Just 'cause.
theme, you know.
And there's funny moments like when they're running down the street and he's, I am very happy. I'm running faster than you. Dash it down a blessing, does it? Like,
Yeah,
and he's throwing mail out.
To
and you're
like,
just
I guess
what
to
the
like cut weight.
yeah.
That's what I can imagine.
It's a lot of mail that you've got to remove. Just drop your bag.
yeah.
In the diner, I thought that was the same diner that like Big Lebowski was filmed. It looks just like it, but apparently that's Mickey's in Minnesota.
Oh, okay.
It was an actual diner.
yeah,
Then.
but most lovable face is the diner worker.
Oh, good.
yeah.
Good
Loved
call.
him. I loved him. He's just like a soothing voice.
Yep.
Like, here's a coffee, sir.
There you go,
know.
man.
I liked him a lot.
My lovable face was the older cop guy with the gray hair. For some reason,
The one that keeps after him.
yeah, like
He's cool.
especially when he gets his bike gets run. He's like, "You broke my little mirror."
He invested into that little
Yeah,
mirror.
he liked his bike, man.
Yeah, that
he's riding a
wasn't-
motorcycle in the wintertime. Like, goddamn.
That wasn't covered. Like he didn't get to write that one off.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Yeah. Jeez.
I like that guy.
I don't know.
Martin Mole.
Oh
here.
yeah, just a nice little. Hey, what's up? I'm Martin Mole.
Just disc jockey Martin
Pretty
Mole.
funny. In
Hey,
the
he's got a
typical
ponytail.
90s
Fits it perfect.
ponytail.
Yeah, fits it perfect.
Who was the DJ in Airheads?
That's guy from
Yeah, Spinal
Heads
Tap.
in Spinal Tap.
Well,
What the fuck's the matter with
yeah,
us?
well, he was like he ran the radio station. That
Yeah, but
guy.
you know what I mean. Just that.
Yeah.
That guy. This guy, Martin Mole, obviously runs the radio
Yeah,
station.
he you know
He's
what?
the only employee.
I'm pretty sure that they got the outfit for Airheads from Martin Mole's character here.
Yes.
He's wearing like this vest, like I think, and then he's got a ponytail. It's not great.
You don't got it.
It's too much.
What is the matter with us?
I know. I don't know why I can't think of his name. But I don't know. Did you guys feel deceived though?
Michael McKean. Jesus,
Thank
what is the
you.
matter
We're
with
sorry,
us?
everybody.
We're
Well,
so sorry.
Michael
I'm going to cut
McKean.
that whole thing out so you think we were really smart.
Yeah. Who was it again?
Who is it? Oh, Michael McKean.
Oh, yeah.
He's
That's
got
right,
the
that's right.
ponytail.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I'm not going to cut those out.
Well, the whole bomb thing too. It's like he got the package or whatever. He's like, I got this bomb. I got this thing. And then I was thinking to myself, like, it is an actual bomb, and it goes off on him. And Sinbad and Howard, fucking Sinbad's character's name,
Myron.
Myron and Howard go out.
Did you watch this movie?
Yes, I did.
wow.
But it goes off. But I was thinking to myself, what if they didn't cut back to the cops?
So the cartoon bomb that went
to
off.
like the black
Ooh.
smoke in their face. And I was like,
What if they just did it?
That'd be really dark.
Yeah.
I kind of want
It's like,
that.
they're all dead now.
They're dead. They're dead.
They're dead now.
And that is a very dark Christmas Eve produced by Joel Silver. It's like, Shane Black and Joel Silver.
So I kept reading this fun fact. And you know, IMDb, you're like, sometimes you're like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Kept reading this fact about a scene where, you know, he goes out and his Suburban's been ransacked and he gets a ride home from the, you know, and in the movie you get there and he just gets out of the tow truck, right? And
Yeah.
he's just home. But I kept reading about this scene where he was inside of the tow truck with the tow truck driver and they were having a conversation.
Yeah.
I kept going back being like, what? Have you ever seen that scene before?
I've never seen it though.
Okay, so it's a deleted scene. I found it. There's a deleted scene where he's inside the tow truck and he's having a conversation with the tow truck driver about like his home, how he needs to fix things at home. And she's like, yeah, you know, she says a couple lines to him. The lady that was inside the truck is actress Marianne Moulian.
Oh, good.
She was the one she played the wrong Sarah Connor in the Terminator.
Oh, wow.
The one that answers the
jeez.
door and he goes, Sarah Connor? She goes, yes. And he busts through the door.
Huh.
Same actress that I thought there was no mistake that they put her in
Wow.
that role.
Yeah.
Being Arnold again, you know, so it was a deleted scene. You can find it online. There's really nothing to it, but it's just a really cool, fun fact that they put her in the truck.
Interesting.
What
Yeah.
a fun reference to have.
Just a fun reference. And
Yeah.
they said, we'll strike that from the movie. Thanks for coming, but
yeah. That's
here's
kinda
your
too bad.
$10 or whatever we paid you.
What the heck? What kind of neighborhood is this radio station in? That a car can be stripped in what? We're gonna talk about a max of like 35 minutes.
Actually, yeah, I mean,
Hello.
maybe less.
I've shot somebody and I did it on purpose.
Yeah, it gets really goofy and cartoony
There's some
at these moments. Like the bomb goes off, and they're like, "Oh no!"
It's Wile E. Coyote. Literally.
It so is. Yeah, and you
And-
go outside, and the truck's totally stripped.
And then also you have Martin Mull, who's like, wait, are you guys under the impression that I have a turbo doll here in the station? Yeah, because you didn't say anything otherwise, Martin Mull.
He says he did, but I didn't hear it.
Jeez.
Well,
I
then
disagree.
he goes into Ted's house and tries to steal his son's
Great move.
Turbo Man. I mean, yeah, shitty, but great move. I just love that he completely fucks everything up, and the reindeer is kicking his ass, and
He's drinking
the
grain
fucking
belt with him.
Balthazar,
Balthazar.
head comes out the window on fire. I'm like, fucking metal as shit, dude. That ruled.
Fucking metal,
I kind of did
bro.
for another prop. I kind of wanted the life-size three wise men in the manger that he's gotten. That Ted's got in his living room. He's definitely a religious man. I know
Yeah.
this for a fact. He's got his nice manger set.
Like, honestly, at this point, I think the only justification that Howard really needs is, well, you're trying to steal my wife, I'm going to steal your kid's toy.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
Hey,
I'm cool with it.
That's it. I think that's it.
what are you talking about? I'm not trying to steal your wife. I'm just here when you're not. It's like, okay.
All right.
And then we do get his underlying. He
Yes.
does make a pass at her eventually.
Lizzie. I love her reaction to that. It's like, you need a man, a shoulder to cry on. It's just like, she's just like, what is going on?
She plays that scene really well.
She does.
She's great in it. And even Molly was kind of gasping at this moment where they pull up to the parade and there's millions of people everywhere and they can't find a parking spot. And the kids are like, can we just get out and go over there? And they're like, sure.
Yeah.
We don't even know where you're going.
Are
But yeah,
you-
go
We don't
ahead.
have cell
There's
phones.
no cell phones. There's no child tracking tracer devices.
No. Like,
Like, yes, see you later. We're going to fucking this van.
We're going.
That's what Ted said.
We'll be in the
Ted's
Turbo Man
thought?
section.
Yeah. He's like, I'm about to Turbo
We'll be
Man
in
your
the section
mom.
where Turbo Man's gonna be. What? I'm gonna Turbo Man your mom. I'm gonna jetpack your mom.
I'm about to boomerang all up in there. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, we're about to turn Booster into Buster in here. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, come on.
Good Lord.
Come on.
Having fun. All right.
We're having a good time, all right?
One thing before the final scene. The weatherman's name is Gale Force.
Gale Force.
Get the fuck out of here with your awesome humor.
Oh boy.
But
Well,
I
and
kind
isn't
of
that-
like it too because like a lot of weathermen and newscasters are known to change.
Joe
their-
Winters.
We got a guy named Joe Winters. He's the best. He changed his last name to Winters.
Yeah. I mean,
And it's awesome.
they're also kind of in line for like my punchable face. It's just both of them.
Ooh.
Boy, it's really gonna be a white Christmas, huh? Like they do the paper shuffle thing together. Oh man, they're kind of the worst. This is like
Great
Macy's,
weatherman name though.
I mean, sure. What was the lady's name? I don't know.
That was something.
Something stupid.
Not yeah. Something
fucking
non.
stupid.
dumb.
Something dumb and stupid. Did you recognize the guy that was Gale Force though? He's been in a ton of stuff, but like in this era, he was Jackie Childs in Seinfeld. You know, who told you to put the bomb on? Did I tell you to put the bomb on?
Really?
Like that's him. Yeah, he played Jackie Childs. Can't remember his actor name.
Wow.
So that was very Seinfeld era in '96. You know,
okay.
yeah, probably a nice little like here, go in that.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Do you guys like this whole parade? Are we there yet?
Well,
actually?
let's do it right now.
All right, let's do
Final
it.
scene. So Howard arrives and is mistaken for the actor who plays Turbo Man and is inserted into the parade. As the real Turbo Man, he uses the opportunity to present the coveted limited edition Turbo Man doll to his son in the crowd. But before he can recognize his father, Jamie's chased around the parade by Myron, who's dressed as Dementor. Jamie's ultimately saved by Howard, who reveals himself to his son. While Myron's escorted away by the police, Jamie gives the doll to him, tells Howard he does not need the doll since his father's the real Turbo Man.
Cute.
He learned.
When he's in the van with Liz, dude. It's like, have some non-alcoholic eggnog. It's like the fact that you have to specify that.
That is non-alcoholic.
creepy.
It makes me think that it is in fact alcoholic
Correct,
because
correct.
you are 100% trying to roofie this woman.
Yes.
Yes.
What'd you think about seeing like all the other characters in the parade? Like I loved seeing the Tick. I'm like,
Yeah.
I loved the Tick back then.
It
So
was
I
a tight parade, man.
Yeah,
I'd
it was
go to that.
pretty fucking
Christmas
dope.
Eve parade in your town?
Come
That sounds
on.
awesome.
I mean, you get Curtis Armstrong in here, Booger.
Just a weird little like, here you go, you're done.
That guy.
Did you know who Dementor was?
Who's that?
Richard Mole played Dementor. You know who Richard Mole is?
No.
He's in my childhood from he was Bull on Night Court, the tall, super tall, bald guy, the bailiff on Night Court. I know he was in a ton of other things, but that's who I know him as.
I thought that guy, the Turbo Man director guy, who he's like
Was he
talking
somebody?
talking to Arnold. I didn't recognize him. He reminded me of Jared Leto.
Oh.
but he was really good.
He was actually pretty good.
He's like, I hear he has some brain activity. That's a good sign.
That's a really good sign. Yeah, that guy's name is Steve Van Wormer. And the big movie, and I remember this movie, like everyone talking about this movie that looked really stupid to me. It was called Meet the Deedles.
Oh yeah, I never
Heard of
saw
it.
that, but I remember hearing about
And
it.
it's him and Paul Walker.
Really?
Yeah. And so I'm like,
I guess that's next week.
I guess we're going to do that next week, guys. We're going to do Meet the Deedles next week. Thank God. No, like honestly, I
Now back to Jingle All the Way.
please and thank you. No, I recognize it, but I didn't know what from, and he's just had
He
a
was
lot of
he was good.
yeah, he's had a lot of little random character and other little roles, but he was great in this little
Yeah.
role.
the cop float has a trampoline on it with a trampoline guy. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Guys, I'll tell you what. I just went to my little small town's like holiday parade, and they got some work to do. This is top notch over here.
You can't even throw candy anymore
No.
in parades. This is bullshit.
I know. Well,
Wait,
you got to go
what?
to a small town to be able to
You can't
do
throw
it.
candy in parades.
What?
It's a rule.
Yeah,
You might accidentally hit a kid and then he goes blind and you're like, we should have been smarter and caught the candy.
Actually,
Yeah.
candy being thrown is a trigger for me, so I can't be around it.
yeah,
I
yeah,
see.
yeah. Because I can't eat that candy, so you just throwing it, you're triggering me.
Yeah, I
and that
can't-
means I can't come to this free parade.
Cancel
Correct.
It. Cancel it.
Yep. I hate it.
Funniest moment of the movie for me? Get out of my way, box. And he hits the box and the box goes flying. That's fun.
Out of my way, box.
That's my. It should be. I knew they should be most rewindable moment. That is my rewindable moment.
For me, it
Out
was,
of my way, box.
Vern Troyer.
For me, it was it was the giant punching Vern Troyer.
For me, it was when Howard hits Jim Belushi and
Yes.
the way he topples over.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I fucking love that.
Tonk tonk. Oh.
This whole this is where whatever hope I had of like this movie being like a thing for me, a continued thing, goes away.
Yep.
Goes away immediately when this movie ends. Like this whole jetpack sequence, the whole You're Turbo Man goes on way too long.
Yep.
It's terrible. How much money did they spend on this movie? $75
$75
million.
mil.
And this is what we got?
Yeah.
It's like it really does not do it for me at all.
You're right. It goes on so long. It's like, we get it.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to control this thing.
We got it.
That is the joke.
Got it.
Go ahead. Like, and I get that it's PG and it's like made for kids, and like I'm sure kids would love to see that.
I mean, did you like this? Was this awesome when you were kids?
I don't remember that standing out to me.
Yeah.
No.
As a kid, I just liked the fact that it was Arnold as Turbo Man.
Yeah.
That was it. You
And
weren't
that was
like,
it.
wow, look at wouldn't it be cool to have a jetpack? You were just, I don't care.
And at no point was I like enthralled or laughing my ass off as a kid when he's like, when they do the most classic like cartoon jetpack thing ever. Woo! And then
gets in
runs
the
out of fuel.
banner.
Runs out of fuel or something. He's like, no! Like, no.
Yeah.
It's
No,
literally
because at
Wile E.
that point-
Coyote or like a Looney Tunes.
You're right.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, there are just those cartoon moments that we've talked about it before. You can have cartoon moments where it's almost kind of funny because it's very aware of itself. However, this is not the movie for that.
Right.
You know, this isn't a movie to be aware of its cartoon nature. Airplane is.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
This is not. And I get it. Maybe kids thought it was funny because of the sound effects and all that good stuff. In the end, I just cared that Arnold Schwarzenegger was Turbo Man.
And he looks
And
badass.
he looks like he looks like
He
Turbo
looks
Man.
so cool.
Like, I buy it as Turbo Man. But yeah.
But at the same time, maybe just make it shorter. Maybe just make it less dumb.
yeah.
Like, just get it over with. We understand what's going to happen here. We all know you're going to save. We're going to teach some lessons. Everybody's going to be happy.
Oh wow, what a shock. Myron came back as Dementor. Why did he have to go through the hassle of putting on the outfit? Why not just sabotage it?
It's so that nobody would stop him because they thought it was part of the parade.
Yeah, dummy.
Oh yeah, sorry.
You can't analyze this movie.
Well, you have heard. You guys have heard the fan theory, right? That this is all in Arnold's head, right? So like, he's already been divorced, and it's all in his head, and he's just replaying the moments of what could have been if he would have just been given some special
in reality,
powers.
Ted did fuck Liz.
Yes.
and it made him snap.
Yeah, Myron's not real. Notice
Right.
how he's always around when like it's the worst moment for Arnold's character. He's just like not around, and he's just like
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Don Cheadle shows up and says, "I'm an angel and I'm showing you a glimpse of what your life could have been."
Yeah, that's canon. That's honestly
Basically,
the way
that's
it is.
Yeah, that definitely trumps last week's Die Hard.
100%.
Oh yeah.
100%.
No, 100%.
Did you, as kids, did you know there was an end credit scene to this? Was that a thing?
Well, wait, hang on, because Myron almost kills
yeah.
Jamie pretty much. Well, I
no,
mean,
who cares?
Who cares? But still, like,
Dude.
he says the line. And he's like, I just wish my dad was here to see me fly and almost get manslaughtered and all.
But
wish
it's my fault. It's everything's my fault, not my dad's fault. You're like,
Jamie.
but it's actually like they didn't actually know that was their dad. Their freak of nature 6'2" dad.
Jawline,
that you can see everything.
unmistakable. You saw Jamie's drawing in the beginning of this movie of his family.
Yes.
That was spot on.
Damn spot on, dude.
Whoa, that's our dad. That's my dad.
Mind blowing. I totally couldn't tell behind the slightly tinted yellow visor.
And your voice that is changed, but I can still hear your regular voice.
They got the voice changer figured out. We made sure to drop that little tidbit before he got into the suit. And so make sure. Jamie.
Lindsay,
I
I'll wear
know-
this later tonight.
I know because I'm your dad. Ah! It's just like,
This is like Howard. Howard.
Howard. Oh, about to get my jingle bells jingled.
Actually, we're gonna need that suit back.
We're gonna.
It's extremely expensive and breaking through technology.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, before I give this back, I got some cookies to go frost. Okay, so that's what we're gonna go do. Okay, dude.
Yeah, dude, sex
That's
and
what we're
shit.
gonna do.
I think I don't want to do this podcast.
I'm gonna
anymore.
make Jamie go hang out with fucking Ted's broke ass.
Yeah.
So I can go. And then we're gonna open all the windows so Ted can hear it.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna do.
The one thing I just noticed though is this is the type of
Booster
movie.
can watch.
No, fuck yeah. She's gonna wear the booster costume. No, the one thing that I don't think they troped that they should have troped in this movie was that Ted's kid was supposed to be a dickhead.
Yes.
It's
kid,
true.
and they didn't. And that kid's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
He's like a really good friend.
He's a really nice friend. The only-
that they should have made him a total dickhead if this was a true '90s movie.
It's true.
There's
Yeah.
incredible, like, real animosity between those two young kid friends.
Yeah.
As they both want to be Turbo Man. You can't fault them for that.
No.
Like, that's very real.
And he gets the Turbo Man, and the kid's like, "Hell yeah, you go get that Turbo Man.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, man.
You know what? Stoked
You're my
for you,
best
bro.
friend."
What a good friend.
Stoked for
He's
you.
got a good head on his shoulders. He understands what divorce is
Yeah.
Yeah.
already.
I've got the real Turbo Man at home. And Mom's like, yeah, so do I.
Fuck yeah.
Like, yeah, we do.
Huh?
All right.
Dicking down on some turbo shit.
And then it goes quick.
sex.
It goes 5 minutes later, and it's him in bed, and he goes, "It was a really stressful day."
To be honest with you. It's very true.
I am
Can we-
extremely
can we-
sore.
Can we do it tomorrow? Because it was just a tough day.
He is literally sitting there like, and you know what? Liz probably isn't much in the mood anyways either, because she also almost just watched her son
Nobody
plummet
cares.
to his
He's
doom.
fine.
And it was all part of the show in her mind, right?
Yeah.
So that kid almost died, like you said. That was too close, guys.
Yeah.
Also, that kid's an idiot for giving the doll to Myron. Because
Also-
the cops are just gonna be like, "Oh yeah, sure, you can keep that."
Yeah. And then
And he
like,
gets to jail, and they're like, "Well, I guess we got to take your personal property."
Yeah, we're gonna
and one of them's like,
confiscate that.
"Oh, Bill, you're the one that needed one, right? Because you've been working really hard
Yeah,
serving
give me that
our,
shit.
our community.
working
Take that to your
overtime
kid."
as on the motorcycle routes and stuff.
Take
Yep,
that
there
to
you
your
go.
kid.
Yep, there you go.
Fucking Myron.
They just gave it away to him. No.
Bad decision.
Yeah, that's it.
Did you see the end credit scene?
I didn't see it.
I didn't.
You never saw it as kids?
No.
It makes it has the audacity to go all the way through the credits, about 5 minutes of it, and it gets there, and they're at home, and Howard's putting the star on the tree like he wanted to, and it's just it's a merry snowing outside, Merry Christmas. And Liz goes, "Well, I got to thinking that if you would have done all this for your son just to get him the gift that he really wanted, I wonder what you got me." And he goes, "Ah!" And it zooms in on his face. Yeah, because he didn't get his wife. So cue the sequel.
That is fantastic.
Cue the sequel.
And Larry the Cable Guy.
And 10 years later, here's Larry the Cable Guy. Yeah, that's the end. They thought, without a doubt, that this movie was going to need a sequel.
You know what? I'm glad we can all agree what Christmas is really about: getting presents.
Yep.
It is.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's literally it. That's kind of a terrible end credit scene.
He will
Thanks
never
for-
be able to live up to this family.
Yeah.
They're way too demanding.
Yep.
So-
all
Get divorced,
Jamie
bro.
wants
Let's go.
is toys, and all Liz wants is what?
Arnold will
A new
run.
bath?
Arnold will run through that neighborhood when he gets divorced.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be awesome
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah, Ted's got no chance.
Nope.
Yep. Once Arnold's off the market, or back on the market. Yeah, Ted's got no chance.
Nope.
Your
Sorry, Ted.
your cookies don't match up. Don't match up to those pecs.
Turbo Man's back on the menu, baby.
That's right.
Well, boys, we've dissected this with a modern eye. It's time to give it a modern rating. We got to start with AJ. What do you got on this, buddy?
There are points of this movie that I still think are hilarious, and I think actually are still very like heartwarming. I think one of the biggest saving graces to this movie is honestly just Phil Hartman and
Yeah.
the
Sinbad, maybe.
amazing like the amazing line delivery that you get that you can only get from somebody like Phil Hartman or from somebody like Sinbad. And I really do I think that Arnold does a decent job. I think it was a mild cash grab to have him cast as this person. You could have put a lot of different guys into this role. It didn't have to be Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
Right? It very easily could have been Tim Allen. It very easily could have been Tom Hanks. It could have been, most players in Hollywood at that time. And that being said, I think there's some heartwarming moments. There are some moments that I think get drug out a little too far, a little too long, especially even somehow as him as Turbo Man. It's just, man, you really, really built up for like a climax that was going to last like way too long on this. And I don't know. I enjoy it. Do I think it's like top tier Christmas movie? No, but I think it's fun to throw on with your friends in the background and get the laugh moments that you need from this movie. So that being said, I think I'm going to give this a 5.95.
5.95. Shauner, what about you, brah?
Completely agree on all fronts. I think it's a perfectly disposable, fun time for what it is. And I'm going to give it a 5.3.
5.3. I just really did not enjoy this. And even the second time through, I'm like, yeah, I still don't get it. And it might be a case of one of those movies where we've experienced this before, where when you did enjoy it as a kid, it's impossible to fully strip away nostalgia.
Yeah.
It is not possible. And sometimes when you weren't a part of it nostalgically, and you go back and see it for the first time, you're just like, what was anyone thinking?
Yeah.
But if you saw it as a kid, you're like, well, yeah, like I really liked it as a kid. It's not as good as it was, but it's still pretty good.
Oh, come on.
I really like it.
Yeah.
For me, I'm giving it a 4.3. It's pretty low. Like, I won't watch this again. I'm gonna watch Single and Ready to Jingle before I'm gonna watch this.
Jingle All the Way.
I'm gonna watch that.
get
for
tickets,
sure.
I'm going to buy tickets to that before.
Fuck, that would be awesome.
Let's do it.
We got to check out Josh Miller, executive producer. He says, well, now I don't know how to feel. I want to like this movie as much as I remember. I almost certainly don't. I still don't hate it, but it's definitely fallen back quite a bit. This movie encapsulates the 90s and the boomer dad era. By that, I mean he doesn't value his family's importance over himself and his career. Sure, I can get that he could be doing it to provide a good life for his family, but he doesn't seem to help much around the house. He misses a hell of a lot of family things, fully takes his wife, marriage, and kid for granted. It's not said whether his wife works or not, and the entire movie takes place within about 24 to 28 hours on the 23rd and 24th, so she could just be off. Taking this movie at face value, though, you get what you should expect from an Arnold vehicle. Average acting at best from him with glimpses of comedic chops. Hartman does exactly what you expect Hartman to do. He has a way of playing a lovable sleazebag. Sinbad was funnier than I remembered him being, but still don't know why he was a thing. Was Turbo Man used because they couldn't get licensing rights to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers? In Minneapolis, St. Paul, do they really have motorcycle cops out in the heart of winter weather?
Dude, right?
Did you notice how much skinnier the Big Show from WWE was?
Yeah.
Is it weird the most punchable face is Arnold? Whoa.
Wow.
And who isn't picking Dementor's costume as your prop? Wow, we were way off.
Way
Damn.
off on that one. My bad.
You would clean up each year at Halloween costume contests. That's true. All in all, there are at least 9.5 Christmas movies I'll put up as the world's greatest before this one. Modern day score dips, but I'd still much rather watch this than The Lost Boys.
Wow.
I think that's my lowest score of movies I've reviewed. I went back and looked, and I gave it a 3.9.
Damn.
So this is a 4.8. Fellas, that's a 5.09 for us.
5.09.
And as a modern day rating, that's going to be pretty low. It's not the bottom. 5.09 is going to pop in at about number 10, number 11 from the bottom. That is just below Lost Boys, Ernest Scared Stupid, Over the Top, just above Bad Boys, The Cutting Edge, Harry and the Hendersons.
Yeah.
Those are all movies that I enjoy, but they're not Citizen Kane.
They're not Boondock Saints.
Well, we hope you enjoy this episode. We hope you are enjoying the holiday season. Like we say, get out there, watch the movies you need to watch. Do your traditions, have fun, enjoy your family, because that's what this holiday season is about. So tune in next week. We're off the Christmas movie train. We are fully in to RoboCop.
We're doing it.
to sort of end the year, push us into the new year, and following that up is Little Shop of Horrors.
Nice.
If you are new to the podcast, go back this time last year. Elf was a very, very fun episode. A little guide for you as you rewatch Elf this year in your season. Point out some little tidbits to your family.
Yeah,
you know?
there you go.
Yeah.
I like it. I love it. I want some more of it, just like we appreciate and want more of you to watch this podcast. Segue. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening to the show. Sincerely, we hope you have a Merry Christmas and an enjoyable holiday season. We really appreciate you guys leaving us a review when you can, writing us a review. Check us out on all social media outlets. You got to find us there. Just search for Confused Breakfast. It's at Confused Breakfast. Anywhere, just search for Confused Breakfast. And by all means, guys, YouTube. We're here on YouTube. Check us out in the studio, having all sorts of fun and doing the visual jokes. And you can read cool shirts like, remember, do dope shit.
Just remember,
that. Thank you.
wolfdenwares.com.
ConfusedBreakfast.com. You can go see our merch. You can get some buttons. You can get some t-shirts. You can get some hoodies. And then you can go on over to the Instagram of Not Your Father's Beer Shirt and grab an official Steve Kooser for yourself.
All the kids are doing it.
Kind of fun. Go to ConfusedBreakfast.com as well and see the ratings of the movies we've done. See AJ's ratings, see Mike's ratings, and see my ratings, and then see the show's ratings overall. Goodbye. Merry Christmas. I love you.
Support us by supporting our sponsors. Use those discount codes. Get some cool shit from them. Also go to patreon.com/confusedbreakfast. Directly sponsor us. Vote on upcoming movies. Additional weekly bonus episodes just for you. It's a good time. And we are produced by the Upload Media Group in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. We got Crag on the Crolls. Woo! Crag on the Crolls. I don't know what that means. And we are part of the Cloud 10 iHeart Podcast Network. Learn more at cloud10.fm. That's it for us. Goodbye. I'm going to go pick up food for us to eat.
Yay.
Who told you could eat my cookies? Put that cookie down.
Put that cookie down.
Come back. Not a tuna. No. It's not a tuna.